Hey everybody, welcome back to the Black and Healthy podcast. My name is Jasmine Gillum. I am your host and the owner of Black and Healthy. And today we have a special guest, Dr. Ray with AlignLife of Pelham Falls. But before we get into that, y'all, make sure that you subscribe to the Black and Healthy podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You can also connect with us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and also check out the Black and Healthy website at www.blackandhealthy.com. If you aren't familiar yet, we have a community calendar where we have community events that are taking place in the upstate that's hosted on there. And then we also have our community directory. So if you are looking for a specific business, you can check out the website and look for who it is that you're needing. With that being said, welcome. Thank you for being here. And let's introduce you to the people.
Yeah, appreciate you having me. I obviously say I'm Dr. Ray. I own a business here in Pelham Falls, so right here in Greer, right down the street from Greenville, actually. So I've been here about 7 years. In April will be 7 years. And so I absolutely love being in Greenville, but I absolutely love the chiropractic aspect of serving people through chiropractic. Obviously we can get into that. But that's what we've been here about 7 years. I'm originally from Mississippi. So from Laurel, Mississippi originally. And then so our last 7 years have been here, me and my wife, our kids. And so, yeah, we've been super excited to continue to serve this community like we have been. So I appreciate you and everything you do as far as getting people together and connecting people. So I love that.
Yeah. So as we were mentioning before we came on here, that Dr. Ray's from Mississippi, right? Totally new. First guest from Mississippi on here, which is really cool. I don't know why. I think typically I meet people from other places.
Yep.
So that's why I'm like, Mississippi, okay, cool. And so you had mentioned that you had moved here because of the practice,
yes,
right?
Yeah, I did.
So let's dive into that a little bit. What all entails in what you do within your practice?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's a big broad there. Let's dive into it a little bit. So yeah, moved here. The chiropractic business was already here. We were graduating chiropractic school, which was in the right side of Atlanta, and then it was just a great opportunity to come here and practice, right? But as far as the practice and how we serve people in this area is one through chiropractic, right? And then we also have functional nutrition, which is Coach Candace runs that department, and also functional weight loss as well, right? So it's a more of a holistic approach to it, and so it's not like people are coming here. Yes, people come here because they have back pain, they have neck pain, these different ailments, but the big picture here is that yes, you have this back pain, this neck pain, but we want to try to make sure people are actually having healthy lives and living a quality of life, right? Because it's all about quality, right? Because you can live to be 100, but if your last 40, 50 years was on medication, wasn't able to do what you wanted to do, then how good was that 100 years, right? Exactly. So it's all about the quality.
I mean, 100 years is great. Shout out to you if you're living 100 years. But no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
As a millennial, I think of that myself of I don't think about retirement necessarily, but I do watching or observing baby boomers today who are in that retirement phase currently and how they live, they're used to a pill, right?
Yeah.
But as a millennial, I'm that's not the life for me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so for somebody that values health, preventative care, if you will, I'm always trying to look at methods and things like that I can do now in my 30s that will hopefully benefit me later in life, because I have seen the benefits from being a kid and growing up outside, running around tirelessly, thinking my heart was about to jump out of my chest. And, I danced. I was a Girl Scout. I was in the marching band, not knowing that was contributing to where I am now.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so now that I see, the one thing that I guess you could say I was just invested in for a very long time, shout out to my parents for allowing me to do so, I now see the benefits of that at this age and time. And so with that being said, as I'm getting older, I'm noticing, hey, body's changing. What can I do now so that when I get to a certain age, I'm not like, not necessarily that it's too late, but like I could have started this sooner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
And so with that being said, in your practice, what is the demographic that you see the most that walks through your door?
I would say that we see more of, it's going to be millennials, and I'm gonna say it just because like obviously I am a millennial, and so like you got to understand that obviously like if I'm the face of the business, right, then like more than likely I'm going to attract like those same kind of like minded people, right, that's looking for it. And it's like, oh yeah, we can relate, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably a majority of our practice is like millennials, maybe into like Gen X. Obviously we got baby boomers as well, but I would say it's probably like from 30, probably like 35 to like 60 is like the range, right? That we typically see.
Yeah.
But obviously we see babies. We see people who are older than that, but I would say that's like the common area that we age group. Yep.
Well, I love that because I was talking to a friend of mine who is an economist.
Yep.
And I told them, I was like, yeah, I think the direction, one, we've never seen anything like this before, that I think in the coming years, millennials, for example, I think we're just going to be a different type of group because we grew up like outside and things like that. I think that, which this is a whole debate on like social media with millennials, like we look younger, we're more playful than the younger generations. And it's like, well, because we didn't grow up on tablets and stuff. And I just think our group of people or generation, that's kind of, I don't know what type of switch is going to create. And they're trying to extend the retirement age, which we're not down with that because that's not going down. Just because we maintain our health a little bit better doesn't mean we want to work longer. You're not going to set us up like that. But I wonder like what that will look like in the future for us. And also I think there would be more health outlets for us a little bit more that are more expanded. I think we might even go into reverse on certain things of like being outside a little bit more. So what is your take on that? Like, do you have any perspective on that in the future?
I would say, so like when you talk about millennials and like the mindset, I think millennials are we're in like a really special like place because like you say, like we didn't grow up with phones and tablets. So we grew up like you were outside playing, and I know that I couldn't come inside and go outside because I gotta stay in or out, right? And so I ended up staying outside. And as I even think about it, I'm telling you this, I'm like, I don't even know when I ate or how I ate or like no one checked on me. We have phones, so it's a different it was a different way of growing up. But I think like being able to have that experience and then going into like now like digital and like tech, I think we have that special experience there because like there's no other like generation that's going to experience that transition,
right?
Because we got kind of both worlds there, right? I think it's super special. But now we're looking at things, maybe it's because maybe we've seen like our parents, because they were raised by the baby boomers, when we talking about like the drugs and that aspect. So I'm seeing a lot more people are looking for more holistic care now. They're looking for like root cause and not looking just get a pill, right? And I would say like that's going to completely change the trajectory of hopefully our healthcare system, right? Well, until we call it our sick care system,
right?
But hopefully it will start to change that because now, like as we get into like this millennial generation gets older, we may not be open to just like, hey, I'm gonna just take this pill anymore.
Right.
Because of technology, now even people can go and like look up things that maybe they wasn't able to look up before, right? And also be able to get more options they wasn't able to get before,
right?
Because it used to just be like, hey, you got the white coat on, all right, you say do this, I'm gonna do that,
right?
All right. So I think it's going to completely change our trajectory as far as like healthcare.
Yeah, I would say for myself, like I'm so tired of seeing pharmaceutical commercials. Like I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And what I love, one thing I do love about social media is that other people from other countries or continents, like they're like, we don't have that over here. Like y'all, it's crazy of what y'all are experiencing on television. And I'm seeing it and I can see like, especially with baby boomers, for example, like my parents love to watch like Westerns and things like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So there are targeted ads specifically for boomers and they're like, all this number. And I'm like, this is insane because y'all are going day in and day out with these ads.
Think about it, yeah.
And I don't watch TV really like that. So for me, I don't really see it, but it is frustrating of the simple fact of we went from, like, I mean, in the 90s, it's just completely different from what it has turned into. I mean, I remember like radio stations and when ads began playing a lot more on the radio, it became less music and more ads.
More ads, yeah.
And I think there's going to be a point in time where they're going to be like, this isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to go for this.
And I'm with you because, I mean, like you just said, like there's two countries in the world that allows for advertising of pharmaceuticals on TV. And we're one of them, and New Zealand is the other country. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no other country they're advertising this medication in front of you every single day. That's like, and what it does is we know that the system learns through repetition.
Yeah.
Right? And so like it's like you're learning and you're seeing, you're hearing, even though you might have been paying attention, but like the information, you're taking it in though.
Yeah.
Right? And so one day when you get X symptom, whatever it says, then that commercial is going to hit a lot different on that 20th time you hear it. It's like, oh, maybe I should ask my doctor about that. Right? And so it's no surprise to me that like we're in a country that takes the most medication out of the entire world because of the market.
Yeah. And I'm like, I see what you're doing. Like I see the plot. But you know what though? And they're trying to get us now, in my opinion, like through vaping.
Oh, gotcha.
They're like, we can't get you in the hookah spots no more. So we're going to get you through vaping now. And people don't realize like the consequences of how harsh they actually are.
Yeah.
Stop vaping. And look into it.
Yeah.
So let me say that. Look into it and like really look and see like the results and what happens because people our age are ending up in the hospital.
Yeah.
They had no health problems before and now they're in here and now you got to be on oxygen. And y'all, they tried to tell us, remember that man with the voice box on the no smoking campaigns, y'all. Don't forget those.
Yeah.
And so we have to remember those things. And like you're saying, like holistically, like no, it's not a quick fix.
Yeah.
Like yes, it's a lifestyle change essentially. And in a fast-paced world that we have, people want something quick.
Yeah.
But I believe like we are also a generation that enjoys learning.
Yeah.
We're a generation that asks questions. We don't just take you for whatever you're saying and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go along with that. We're like, but why? Like, where did this come from? What's the background on this? Which I enjoy about our generations and the generations after us. We challenge what's being said. And so with that being said, though, it's like holistically right now, like there's so much going on in our country that I think some people are looking into taking their health a little bit more seriously.
Yep.
And so you being one of the experts, of course.
Gotcha. Yep.
For people who are looking to start their health journey, right, and wanting to know like, okay, so what's so important about this, right? What are the few things that you actually share on why they should invest in coming into getting chiropractic care, holistic care, nutritional care,
Gotcha,
all the things.
So first we gotta understand what chiropractic is for it to make sense, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like because a lot of people, don't know what chiropractic is, and it's not the public fault. I think it's our profession fault because we don't truly know what it is,
Yes.
and we've gotten pigeonholed into musculoskeletal, are like back doctors, neck pain doctors,
Yes.
are like headache doctor, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And so like now people see us as just that. That's just like if we got the iPhone, right? And we just use the iPhone we just text here and there, and we just make phone calls. But we know the iPhone does so many other things.
Right.
So same thing with chiropractic care, okay? So chiropractic care, the whole basis of it is to make sure that the nervous system is able to function at its absolute best. The nervous system is the brain, the spinal cord. So that's our communication system, right? So if the communication system is interrupted in some form or fashion, the body won't be able to function at its best. It won't be able to heal at its best, won't be able to detox at its best, won't be able to digest at its best, won't be able to sleep at its best. Like I can keep going on and on at its best.
It's all connected.
Right?
At its best.
Because if the communication isn't there,
Yes.
that's the problem.
Yes.
Right? So what protects our spinal cord is going to be your spine. So anytime there's a spinal issue, we call it subluxation in chiropractic, but anytime there's a spinal issue, it starts to interfere with the information that the brain sends to the body. But also it interferes with what the body is trying to send back to the brain. Because our brain is what gets the information, and based off information, what it does is it coordinates, right? It regulates things. So now it has to send information back down to basically do something.
Right.
But if it's getting faulty information because the spine is interrupting in that information flow, then it has to get this faulty information and try to do its best with it. That's when we start to create compensation patterns. Then we have a compensation pattern. A compensation pattern is basically I would say like not even a shortcut, but like a temporary like fix, right? But it's supposed to be a temporary fix, not a long-term fix.
Okay.
And so what ends up happening is because this temporary fix begins to go for 5, 10 years, 15 years, now our body's like, holy cow, like we've been compensating all these years. You haven't fixed us. Let's get this person attention. Let's give them pain. Let's give them something to get their attention. Because that's all pain is. It's all headaches. It's all like, digestive issue. It's just a symptom. It's just communication, right?
Yeah.
And so your body's communicating to you that, hey, I can no longer adapt to my current demands. So I need help. And so that's where chiropractic comes into play at, is that when we address the spinal misalignments or subluxations, we give the brain new information. When you give the brain new information, now it organizes differently. It organizes the body differently. Then the body gets to benefit from the great information it's getting. But when you do that consistently, you create a certain pattern that the body creates, like, hey, we're getting all this good information now, right? Because before it was all faulty, right? Now we're getting the real data. Now we can actually operate, and then that's why that consistency is crucial with chiropractic care, because the brain learns through repetition.
Yes.
It's called neuroplasticity, right? So I know a lot of people probably watching, probably like, once you go to a chiropractor, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to keep going. It's just how the brain works, though.
Yeah.
If it works through repetition, why would you stop? Because what ends up happening is we're trying to create this new pattern with people, but let's say someone stops, right? Their lifestyle, the same old patterns. So they go back to the same old patterns, giving the brain that same old information. Guess what? The body goes right back to where it was.
Yeah.
Because they're going down the same path. They're not changing. They're not getting new information now.
Oh, man.
So it's always like this tug-of-war game that I tell my patients, like, hey, we got to be consistent, because what's going to happen is you're going to, go home, sit on the same couch that you've been sitting on for the last 10 years, sleep in the same bed for the last 20 years, right? In the same spot, right? You're going to sit the same way you get in the car, right? You're going to sit at your desk at work the same way. we're creatures of habit. We do things over and over.
Correct.
So like, if we don't break the pattern that got us in that place in the first place, then we'll always be in that place.
Yeah.
So that's where chiropractic comes into play, to reorganize the brain so that we can start to get new patterns and healthier patterns.
That's pretty good. So, and that's the thing. So I will say this. So with Black and Healthy, right?
Yep.
I always tell people, hey, you don't have to come into Black and Healthy perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be the healthiest person with Black
Yep.
and Healthy, right? That's not what it's for. It's to meet you where you are. But I also have to emphasize and let people know
Mm-hmm.
that what you mentioned about patterns, for me personally, there's that very few percentage that they're like, I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna go cold turkey, and I'm gonna stay consistent. And you have those people that do that, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of us, we start, we stop, we start, we stop. And I think for me personally, as someone who has adapted in many ways, as far as adding different things to my lifestyle and actually making the lifestyle for myself, is that I had to do that.
Gotcha.
Because I will say, a person, like, when they get to a certain point and they start something, right? You're like, oh, I'm actually doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I'm actually doing this. But then life happens. You fall off.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? I need to get back to doing so-and-so. I was doing so good. But the reality of it is, though, is that you started. Like, you know you can do it.
You know you can do it. Yeah.
You now know you can do it. You've been there before.
Yeah.
And so that starts, and you're like, okay, I need to get back on it and start it. And I think for certain people, you get to a point where you just get over it.
Yeah.
Or you've gotten to a point where you actually enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worrisome for you.
Mm-hmm.
That you're like, okay, how can I actually incorporate this into my life?
Gotcha.
Which then it becomes your lifestyle.
Yeah. It becomes lifestyle.
But I think you have to go through those different stages sometimes, those patterns, for you to know the differences of like, okay, this is what I used to be. I got better, and I can see the results of that. And, you know, I had some great results.
Yeah.
Then you go back and you're like, oh, shoot, I'm back here. And I was doing great at this point. And I think sometimes people have to do that so they can compare the two.
So they can compare and like, because you've been there. And that's something I tell my patients too. That like, I don't think I'm in a healthcare business. I think I'm in belief system business.
Yes.
Right? Because we got to understand that like, when January 1st come around, we all know what January 1st is.
Everybody want to be in the gym.
Right? Everybody want to be in the gym. They want to start these new things because they want to get better outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But your belief systems, whatever your belief system is going to dictate your behaviors. Mm-hmm. Right? And whatever behaviors you do, they're going to typically be in a pattern.
That's right.
Right? And which is going to give you a certain outcome every single time.
That's right.
Without fail.
That's right.
Right? So if we want different outcomes, we got to change the behavior. But what you're saying, right? The behavior, yes, we could January 1st come and like, hey, I want this body for the summer. Right? But it's like, yes, I got to change my behaviors to get there. Mm-hmm. But what ends up happening is we don't change the belief system around how we see health, how we see the body. Right? So we end up happening is we do the behaviors, but we do them for a week, 2 weeks, a month.
You got to March.
Our March.
Max.
Right? And then we go back because we never change the belief system around it.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to trick your brain into thinking you're something that you're not.
Right.
When your brain knows exactly who you are, Jasmine.
Right.
Right. You can trick it for a little bit, but that's why people go back to their old habits until they start to read. Basically, you're saying it becomes an identity. That's the belief system. It's grounded. Now it's just a behavior, just what you do.
Yeah.
Like you don't wake up in the morning like, I'm thinking about my health today. Like, no. I wake up, I do this. It's just part of it.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah.
Exactly. Because let me tell you something. Me and mine, we tussle. No, we tussle.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, training your mind is like, it's a thing.
It is.
Like your mind will try to whip you up and down.
Yeah.
Slide you and be like, you sure? What do you mean? I've had to tell my brain, yo, that's not even pee. Like, you gotta go. that you leave immediately. And two, fun fact, sometimes you can interrupt your mind by speaking something.
Yep.
So whatever you're thinking negatively, if you speak something positively, your brain just boop. And so that's what I mean of like me tussling with my mind, because having a mind shift for myself personally, because I'm in my mind so much. And as we mentioned, both of us are visionary type people.
Yeah.
When you're a visionary type person, you got a lot of stuff going on. Like there's a whole marathon going on up there, and it doesn't stop. It's all day, all day long. It just doesn't stop. And so, with that being said, I sometimes have to interrupt certain thoughts.
I got you.
With speaking instead. And I have seen the difference that it has actually made.
Yeah.
The thing about it, though, is your belief system is, though you may not see the results at that moment, like, you have to keep going.
Yes. Yeah,
so, like, if someone's coming to you for care, it's like, okay, there are certain people, like, they have a pain. Like, they actually have a pain, right? And then they can see the results. But you have the people on the preventative side, right? Like, for me, I've gone to get chiropractic care before. But for preventative measures. Not because I necessarily had anything going on with me.
Yeah, which is great. I love it.
Yeah. But I could tell the difference, and my body was like, hey, girl, since you're investing in this, we feel this now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, is it just me? Or is my body telling me, like, something feels off now? And I couldn't, that's what, it happened, like, for a very short period of time. But like my body speaks to me and I listen to it.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes though, for me, I don't know, is this actually going on?
Gotcha. Yep.
Or it's not, because now I'm getting help. It's like, okay, everything's wrong now, and I need this adjusted, and I need this adjusted, and I need this adjusted.
I'm with you, yeah.
So, for someone that does come into chiropractic care, like when they begin. Right, and I know it depends on purpose.
Preventative, or are you talking about like, or just anybody? Okay, I'm with you. Okay.
Sorry if this is a loaded question. I don't know.
No, go ahead.
But are there certain like side effects that a person may experience when they come in, like for the first segment of like a few sessions, if you will? Like, how does that work?
So let's reframe side effects for a second.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I've always learned that there's an effect, and there's a cause.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We've all learned that, right? The whole side effect thing happened when medication come around. Because if I take this thing, I got this list of side effects. Now I gotta, like, basically, you gotta cover your butt. This is cover your butt here. It's not a side effect. It's just the effect. Right?
Okay.
And so if I know people look at side effects as that, but like when you reframe it, it's just like, no, like that's just an effect of that thing. And so that's the same way I look at chiropractic. It's like, if we want to keep the word side effect, all the side effect is you may sleep better. That's a side effect of chiropractic care.
That right.
Right? Your digestive system gonna be better. You're gonna be able to adapt to stress better. Like that's a side effect. A side effect could be you have an increased sense of sensation, because now your brain can actually perceive what you were supposed to be feeling before, but you wasn't feeling it because it wasn't getting the right information.
That's real.
So that's what you just described there, was that I tell a patient that, hey, you could have more pain when you leave out of here today, especially if like at the beginning of your care, because your body hasn't been getting that information. And so as soon as it started getting clear information from that area, now it's like, hey, like we're here.
I've been trying to call you.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, right? But it's been calling you, and what happens is the symptoms happen, like they whisper first. It's just a little thing, like, and it doesn't interrupt you at all. Like some people don't even notice it.
You're right.
And some people may notice it, but they don't do anything about it. And then it whisper and gets louder, it gets louder. Then eventually you get this pain, like, hey, I've been trying to get your attention. Now I gotta scream at you. Dang. Right? Yeah. Because that's how it happens. That's most of the time.
But see, and that's the thing about me, though.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to my body.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I can hear the whispers.
Yeah.
the thing about me though, I don't think I've put myself in a position too much. Yeah, I don't think I've put myself in a position where it's like, unless I was a kid. Like, obviously, I'm a kid. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
But as an adult now, no, I pay attention to that stuff and I try not to put it off if it is something.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
I only have one situation though where I'm like, what the heck? Where did you come from? Because it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't hurt me at all. It's nothing. It's just there.
Gotcha.
So I'm just like, okay, how did you end up here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Again, not paying for it, nothing like that. But, like, look at your body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your body gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things for us is, like, we be slouching out here. And, y'all, we don't want to look like Quasimodo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's things you can do. There's simple things that you can do to help prevent that, I think, right? I remember in elementary school, they would do tests, and I remember someone was like, yeah, you got a little minor scoliosis, but you know, you'll be fine. They don't do that no more. They don't do that no more. But they were telling you this stuff when you were a kid. Yep. And I don't know why, but that stuck with me, because I was like, what do you mean my back isn't straight? So what does it mean? Yeah. And that's just always stuck with me. So yeah, like those whispers for the people that just like, they don't hear a thing. They're mute. Do you see a difference in genders between the two, of like who has more extreme symptoms, I guess, or things going on than the other, or what? I'm
gonna address it this way. I feel that on the gender aspect of it, we see mostly women. Okay.
Of course.
And I think the reason why is because I feel like women are more proactive when it comes to their health. Right? Yes. They're going to do something about their health. Yes. I've seen it over and over and over. Yes. Because I can't tell you how many times I'm talking to the wife and like, hey, how about like get Joe in here? Like where he at? You've been coming here for 5 years. Where Joe at?
He at home. He
complain about it. You complain about this, complain about that. But like men, like we have to be a lot of time we have to be forced to deal with our health, and unfortunately sometimes that could be either like the end of that person, because I mean that could just be their last, or it could be like a big scare where it's like we have to be scared into it because we've been trained all our life is that if you fall, like get back up, rub some dirt on it, right?
Right.
And so like it's almost an ego thing, but also we've been trained that way too, and that's why like as men, like we are, I guess you would say, hard headed, but it's like we don't like want to push, and versus like, but if I come in here and ask for help, then now I'm vulnerable. I'm also like almost like this sign of weakness, right? But I don't think it's for the men that's listening as well. I don't think it's a weakness aspect. I think it's actually a strength, because when you are able to take care of yourself, your body, right, then that means that, yes, if you are the, head household, or you do this, you provide this, right. If you are that person in the relationship, and you have your health and your body and your functioning, you're going to be able to do it better. Yes. Right? But if you go down and you provide all the things,
that's it.
The whole thing falls and collapses.
Right. And I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody completely bedridden.
Yeah.
And their spouse, their wife, has to pick up the pieces and they can't do anything. Now you in the bed rotting, and now you're growing resentment because you can't do nothing. You can't provide for your family. And it's just like, but the signs were there. You just got to take heed and listen to do it. I just feel like with my guys, like, and y'all be so hard body. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't. We just got, again, the belief system, and we got to get untrained and still look at it a little different. But again, I think it goes back to, you mentioned about the generation, though. I think there will be you will notice a shift, though. Yeah. And like men taking care of themselves a lot more than potentially like in the other generations.
And I can appreciate that, and I really do hope, you know, guys, that y'all will come in a little bit more. I think representation matters as well.
Yes, yeah.
I think too of like that vulnerability place is like, I may not know about this information. Do I feel safe with asking these questions,
gotcha.
right? Because you don't want to feel like, oh, I look silly for asking what they may consider a stupid or a silly question, when it's like, it's not.
It's not.
It's genuinely not. I mean, all people think is like, you could possibly break your neck or pop your back, and it's like, that's not the case. There's so much more to it, as you said. All you have to do is just come and talk to somebody about it, right? Because I know y'all want to function a certain way out here, and eventually that's not going to be the case. So with that being said, as far as when it comes to, I mean, let's start with, for example, like you said, millennials are coming in here, right?
Yep.
So for the ones that may want to take preventative care, where do you begin? Is it like, for me, I make sure that I stretch when I'm in the gym.
Yep, gotcha.
So I can have better mobility.
Yep.
Because I've also been told, like, with mobility, it helps you to like have better gains and so forth. But where do you encourage someone to begin to start slowly walking in? You know what I mean? If it's stretching, what is that? What does that look like?
You probably be surprised by my answer, but it's super simple. Like you mentioned, like we're gonna crawl, okay?
Yeah.
But I think it's one of the things that and it's even crazy I even have to say it, but waking up at the same time every single day.
Really?
Yeah. Let me explain.
Talk about that.
So when you wake up at the same time every single day, okay. Let's say I wake up at 4:45, right? So I wake up at 4:45 every single day. Doesn't matter if it's a weekday, a weekend, okay. We have something called circadian rhythm. All right. So when you wake up, right, and then when we get up, right, then when the sun hit our eyes, so ideally we want to be able to look at the sunlight or like gaze at the sun. Because what ends up happening now, your cortisol levels are up when you're in throughout the day, right? And so your body gives you like this 14-hour window to be up. So think about it, right? So you wake up at that time, and then 14 hours goes by. Eventually, you start to get sleepy, and it should be nighttime. And anytime when it's nighttime, then now the hormones, the cortisol should be going down, and then the melatonin should be going up. Because the melatonin is what basically makes us sleepy, right? And so by the time we get sleepy, it's probably around like 9 o'clock. So it's time to go to sleep. So if you can wake up at the same time every morning, you're going to be forced to go to sleep at the same time. Because you're going to be in a rhythm. You'll be naturally getting sleepy when you're supposed to at that time. And when you're sleeping, that's the only time your body recovers. It's the only time it detox, the only time it resets, right? But unfortunately, in today's society, it's like that phone over there probably gets plugged in and recovered more than a human being does. Yeah. Think about it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because people aren't out here sleeping. Right? I'm just being real.
No, that's real.
But if you get I'm telling you, if you do that, it'll be a complete game changer. If you get your circadian rhythm on that rhythm, I was just saying, you ain't got to worry about what time you're going to sleep. It's about what time you wake up. It's going to naturally put you in the time that you need to go to sleep.
Dang. I'm going to tell on myself now because...
So there you go.
When I tell you that's probably one of the top 3 most challenging things for me right now.
Gotcha.
Because my mind is racing so much, and being an entrepreneur.
Yep, I got you. I'm with you.
You know. And it's bad. And it's not even like, I mean, my household, my family. Yeah. Like the other day, with the daylight savings stuff.
Yeah.
Child, they was up till 2 a.m. I said, all of us, we're just up. And I'm like, we are not a normal household. We are just up. And For me, I know I can tell the differences for me, and I'm very frustrated with my sleeping patterns right now.
Gotcha.
I also have blackout curtains.
Yeah.
But I also have a sliver of light that comes through.
Yeah.
But I can tell the difference for sure for myself on, as you speak on like cortisol levels and things like that. It's just my sleep schedule. It's not consistent at all. So I also have to get up early in the morning as well, around the same time that you said a little bit earlier. But that's maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The rest, 10 of good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you do that, literally just focus on waking up at the same time. You're gonna force yourself to go to sleep. You're not gonna sleep at 2 a.m. and you know you gotta wake up at 4.
But what if I want to party?
Huh?
What if I want to party? Does that mess up the schedule? How does that work?
You got. So the thing is, like, obviously, again, it's about priorities, right? Like, as far as yes, we can party, but like if you on a rhythm, like I can tell you right now, if I'm out past like 9, 10 o'clock, like my body feels it. I'm like, oh man, I should like I'm legit. Like I feel like I should be in bed because my body knows that I'm typically in bed at that time.
Yes.
But tonight, because my friend came in town, I'm like, we're doing this, and I'm like,
right.
let me go home.
Now, I don't party on a regular, but I'm just saying, in situation, say I'm getting on a consistent schedule, right? And I happen to go out.
Yeah.
Like, does that throw off the whole schedule or the rhythm that I just created consistently?
Gotcha. It will, but the thing is, are you going to wake up at that same exact time? No matter what you did the night before, are you going to wake up at that same time?
Heck no.
Because if you do, you can be able to keep the rhythm.
Ooh.
Right? Because you got to think about, like, we just go back to, like, before we had all these things, like, it wasn't even light, right? We didn't have lights, things like that. So, like, when the sun comes up, right, that's when, again, the cortisol level comes up. Mm-hmm. When the sun goes down, melatonin. Mm-hmm. So, like, we're up doing things as daylight, and when it's nighttime, we're sleeping, we're resting, so that we can do all these things over again the next day. That's why it's a rhythm. That's why it's like everything that you look at in life is on a rhythm.
You're right.
And when you mess up the rhythm, everything else messes up. And when you mess up a pattern or something, you see the consequences of it.
Yeah.
In everything. This is everything.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, in chiropractic care, that's why consistency is key, but like it's in life in general. And that's why I like about chiropractic, because like the philosophy of it and knowing how the body works, you can look at life through that same lens and see the same exact patterns.
Now I'm gonna say this though, because I feel like it is different, a man versus a woman. Like y'all, let me tell you something. If I had an extra dose of testosterone, the way that y'all have testosterone, ladies, you know, when that time comes and you get that boost of testosterone, you feel like you can accomplish everything in sight, right? So I know women, our cortisol levels, like, they're jumping through the roof a lot of times, and we need more sleep. Yeah. But what if, I mean, I guess it's more so like us that we would have to like really get it in order. Right.
I think it's human beings in general, but yeah, so women do need more sleep. All right. And so the window is 6 to 9 hours of sleep.
Right.
Okay. So Coach Candace always says like 8 is great. This is Coach Candace saying here. 8 is great, but 9 is divine.
Let me tell you something. 9 has not been divine for me. 9 has been like, excuse you? Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
And maybe it's because it's like, we don't do that here.
Bingo. Because it's not, you haven't, I used to say that a lot, but I used to say it as like, I didn't want to sleep more. Because I'm like, you know what, I can go for 5 hours of sleep. Because I'm like, you know, every time I sleep more than 5 hours, I'm groggy and all this. But it's because like I wasn't on the rhythm. I did it for a day or two, and that was it. And that's why I was like groggy. But when you get your system on a rhythm, and yes, people can operate after 5 hours or 4 hours, but you're going to be missing out on a lot of things though. So just know that, like, we can operate from it.
I know that.
But are we thriving though? Like, is there more in the tank that we can give
Yes.
And like, oh, we just tapped out every single day. Like, yeah.
I'm telling you now, people, when I get on my sleep schedule, it's over. It's over for all of you. Because I think there's always certain things that can make or break, like your production or whatever in your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I work out. So it's just like, I wonder,
especially working
if I
out.
get
That's
consistent. Yeah. I be really backwards with that because I know I need to recover, like my muscles need to recover and things like that, and I take that into consideration. But in the same, like as you said, I have not had a consistent sleep schedule, so I wonder what the benefits of that would be once I get to that point of my life.
Because even like when you're talking about like working out, like yes, you can work out on this day and work out on this day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care what you do working out, right?
Right.
The thing is, like, yes, you're working out, and like people, I feel like people, that's the sexy thing. But what a real work is from like the benefit from the workouts is everything in between the workouts.
Right.
That's the true benefit, like sleep, like eating, like all these other things, keeping the stress low. Like, these are things in between is what going to help you get, like, if it's, strictly about the gains or whatever it is on the fitness side, it's not what you do in the gym.
Correct. And you're absolutely right.
All right. Obviously, it plays a factor, but it's that middle part. It's between the workouts. What are you doing? Yeah. All right. Is it that, hey, I'm going to work out, and all right, I'm going to go out the boys' night, I'm going to have a few beers, and I'll get in the house at like 2 o'clock. He sounds like you might as well not ain't worked out then. Yeah. And so we tapped into the sleep. Yeah. A little bit of physical. So the nutrition part of it. Nutrition, yeah.
How does that correlate with chiropractic care?
Obviously, we gotta have fuel. Right. That's our fuel, right? Yeah. And so I'm obviously not gonna get into like what to eat and all of that because it's kind of baffled me that we're the only species on this planet that doesn't know what to eat.
Child. That is amazing.
It is.
When you think about that.
Every other animal, they know.
Yep. They just be eating it.
There you go.
And they do it consistently and they do it regularly. And I'm just like, I think it's because we have too many options.
I agree.
We have too many options. We're overstimulated. Yeah. And we just, let's get creative.
I agree.
Everybody's creative. And it's like, we got to simplify certain things.
We got to simplify everything.
Yeah. And there's this thing now, I don't know if you've seen it, but like on social media, people are like, are sweet potatoes and ground beef good together? And it's just like, one, yes. It's very good, actually. Ground turkey's good, too. But anyway, sorry, I digress. But simple things like that. Yeah. Like those two simple things, you put them together and very beneficial for you. Yeah, now, some people, red meat, they're against it. But, sometimes I think people need to go back to the basics and just like try foods.
That's it. Yeah.
Because like you're an adult now. When you were a kid, you had a different mindset. Your taste buds were different. And now that you're an adult, it's just like maybe just do a taste test.
There you go.
And see what works for you so you can get back to those basics on what's helpful.
Yeah. And I think that's what I was going to say. Like I never like prescribed to a certain like, vegan, vegetarian, carnivore, like, because the thing is like, when you find out what works for you, it works, and it works. Right. But the way to find out is that you do have to explore to see what works.
Exactly.
But what we know that doesn't work, we've seen it over and over, is processed foods. Right. I don't care what you say. That fresh, like obviously organic foods what we want to go for, but like any type of whole one ingredient food is where you want to like stick to. Yeah. That simple. Like, you got one ingredient, cool. Put this one ingredient together, put that one ingredient, now you got two ingredients. Right? Just like your potatoes.
Yeah. And it's the best. Add some peppers in there, now you got three. You know what I mean? Like, and those can be some of the best things, and you can start becoming creative because your taste buds are like, well, I wonder what this tastes like with this. And that's happened to me so many times. Something I've never done before, put certain things together. Yep. But my body is literally saying, try these two things together because I'm craving, I don't know if it's a certain nutrient something that it's craving. Yeah. But when I do, like, my body is like jumping for joy. And it's as simple as things. I think like one of the most creative meals to be creative in are like salads. Right? Like I know some of y'all don't like y'all don't like vegetables. Yeah. But you can get very creative with salads. You can put so many different things into them.
And you can eat a lot of it. You can actually eat a lot more salad.
Lot of it. Yeah. You know how you was talking about when we were kids and you tried to figure out what you was going to eat in this and the third?
Yeah.
I was that kid at home. We had salad ingredients. Yeah. And I used to make like big salads. Yeah. Cereal and salads when my mom wanted to be on her diet kick.
Gotcha, yeah.
Lean cuisine. Like, I was eating that stuff, but salads and cereal was like a big thing for me as a kid.
Gotcha, okay.
And I, like, you know, that grew my palate of salads over time.
Yeah.
But I would encourage people to do that personally. Yeah. And also, too, just basic foods, just trying it out. If you got a whole bunch of seasonings, try putting seasons on the things and, you know, you can see where that takes you.
There you go.
Because I think sometimes people aren't using their free will enough of, like, trying things.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what I know, like being a creature of habit. And you stuck and you're like, oh, but I want something different from my life. But it's just like, but you actually have to try something different for your life as well.
You're too old to be not out here trying stuff.
You too old. Especially vegetables, y'all. I need y'all to get some more vegetables and green vegetables.
Because I'm okay with like, because that's how I'm like I try and like if I legit like don't like it. And a lot of times that I don't like it, it's just like it's new. And it's like, oh, that was interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But then let's say I try it again. I'm like, let me try it again. And then it's like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad as the first time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And certain vegetables or just dishes that I have had, like I've worked for a catering business, for example. Okay. Yeah. And so I'm like, it's free. I'm going to try it. And then I'm like, this is good. And I didn't know I would like this. And then, you know, I started eating those certain things outside of that. Yeah. So it's just like, I think sometimes an experience can mold.
Gotcha. I'm
like
with you.
What you eat sometimes. You can be in a great environment at if it's a celebration, whatever it may be. And they bring you some good food, try it out.
Try it out.
Like, just try it. Because when you build a system, you have to enjoy what you're doing within your system. You have to make it enjoyable. So it's like when you're in those settings and it's being offered, I think that's a part of like...
The enjoyable. I got you. I'm with you,
You know what I mean? If you enjoy being at home, if you're a homebody, make it the best homebody experience for yourself and just go at it and try stuff like with a friend or a loved one and y'all can get each other's reactions or y'all can like challenge each other to try different things. Like make it fun. You know what I mean? You got anything to add as far as nutrition that I did cover?
That's the. I think that's the basic part of it. Because I mean, like, again, like we've overcomplicated nutrition so much. It's just like let's just get back to like what we just talked about. And just keeping it simple. And the only thing I would add is just that you had mentioned how like you're in tune with your body and like you listen. But a lot of people they don't even know like what things supposed to feel like or what things supposed to taste like. They're so like we're so disconnected.
Yes.
Not only just from nature, but we disconnect from many things, right? Because like truly, like if we're eating and like you really want to like enjoy like the meal, right? Undistracted though. I can't tell you how many people do this right here. She said. Right, but it's a habit. Become a habit, right? I'm telling you, like, if you just put the phone down and just focus on like what you're eating, like the texture of it, and like really like legit, like really take it in.
Yeah,
the experience is totally different.
Agreed. No, I can agree with you on that. Because sometimes, like, I'll have my music just playing. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? Let me not get on my phone. Let me just enjoy this.
Gotcha, yep.
And eat.
It makes a difference, right?
It does make a difference. It does. And I was eating a salad. It was a good Caesar salad at that. And had a little extra stuff in it. Y'all, I ain't going to get into the details. But it was so good. It was so, so good. But yeah, like, make an experience for yourself.
Yeah.
Light some candles if you need to.
Yeah.
Put on your favorite music and just like have, try some things. If you're somebody that likes to cook, like, you can cook it in different ways.
Yeah.
You can try eating it raw first, right? And then the next step is like, add a little seasoning with it as raw, right? Raw mean like nothing on it. Raw, add some seasoning, try that. Then maybe try like steaming it or stir frying, pan searing, something, baking it. Like, there's so many different ways, and it can taste different too.
Yep.
It's just a matter of like what works for you. Last resort is frying it though. Okay, that's the last resort. Don't go straight to frying it. And I think a lot of people will be amazed.
Yeah.
Like what they discover.
Well, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I like that order too. Yeah, because if you don't truly know like what whatever you're eating tastes like at this like natural state, then like you're missing out. That's how you build your palate up. Yeah.
And there's a difference too between local.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And from across the country. Yeah. Like, there's a big difference. And I highly encourage you to like do that taste test as well, because I promise you, like, over time you will notice the difference. It's a crazy difference. Even like strawberries, I've heard people plenty of times talk about
in season too, though. That's the big thing.
In season.
In season foods are like a big thing.
Yes. So take that in mind. Like, South Carolina has tons of resources where you can go online and like you can see, I think, Certified SC, where you can look and it will give you a list of all the things that are in season for you to eat.
Here we go.
So, with that being said, the last, few things I want to touch on is that if it is an individual that is much older.
Okay.
Right?
What's much older?
50 plus.
Okay, 50.
50 plus. We'll go there.
That's older?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not old. You're not old.
I got you.
But you have those individuals. I think 50-year-olds and up, like, they too are investing in their health a little bit more.
Yeah, that's X, Generation X.
Yeah, Generation X. They're a hip group.
Yeah, that's our parents.
That's not my parents. I have baby boomer parents.
You do? Oh, okay. That's
yeah.
Okay, that's my parents.
Yeah, that's your parents.
Okay.
But they're like a hip group, and they seem active as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're out and about.
Yeah.
What would you say, like, for 50 plus and up?
Yep.
Like, what do you? I don't even know what to ask, but I just feel like there's something for them to consider on, say they want to start now.
Yeah,
right?
I got you. I think the biggest thing I would say is get out of your own way. That's what I would say, because I think it's one of the things I see in the office is that, like, when we do get older people in here, not saying like, well, I get people in here that's older, baby boomers, and like they're all about their health. They want to like they commit.
Yeah.
And then I get some that's like, I can't do that. Like, it's just like, because like trying teach an old dog new tricks. We've heard that before, but it's like, I guess get your own way for sure, so that you can like be able to receive whatever information that maybe you're getting. Be able to, just like you're saying, like try different foods, because like you won't know right until you try. Right. And so that's the advice that I would give, is that like, don't get stuck. And like, that's one of my things that's been, maybe it's a millennial thing, but like my thing is always like learning. And if I know the same thing and I haven't changed anything, like when I'm 35 now and when I was 25, like if nothing has changed, I haven't learned anything new, like I failed.
Yeah.
So my same thing is like, I'm 35 now, and so when I become like, let's say 55 or 65, like I should have a totally different perspective. I should have learned different things, tried different things, seen different things, have different experiences.
Yeah.
Because like I don't become stagnant, right? Because the thing is, that's when we talk about like chronic diseases and chronic these things, is that like because like people are so, again, we're creatures of habit, we like to kind of stick to what we know.
Right.
But Dr. Ray loves to venture off into the unknown.
Yeah.
It's just something that like I'm gravitated towards. It's like if I've never done it or if I've never tried it, it's just like I'm gravitated towards it.
Yeah.
Like I want to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And like some people, it's like, no, I don't want to do that because either I don't know how to do it or I don't know what it's going to taste like. Like I don't care. Like just
okay.
Yeah. Because I can always go back. So we can just get our own way. Then I think that would be our biggest step, because then we'll be more open to doing whatever thing it is to take to get their health on the right journey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like being able to just listen, because a lot of times they won't listen.
You right. You right. Because I think, especially like people that are inching into their 50s, I feel like they're on like a cusp.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Between I'm either gonna do better.
Yep.
And I'm going to stay active. And again, like I said, like 50-year-olds, like they're hip.
Yeah.
Like y'all are still pretty young. Like y'all are young to me. I don't care. 60 is young to me, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm a baby. They love to tell me I'm a baby. And it just excites me so much. But I just feel like there's a cusp between the two. And like you said, like they're like, oh, I don't know how to do that. Or I don't want to do that. And I've heard that from plenty of times, but I've also seen the 50-year-olds that are like walking all the time and they're working out. It's like a stark difference between the two, honestly. So I would love, like, y'all come and have a conversation and invest. Y'all got the funds to do it too. Y'all are inching into that retirement zone. If you're not already retired, because y'all be retiring early too now, like, invest in that so that you can enjoy your grandbabies, because a lot of y'all got grandkids now and y'all love them babies.
Yep.
And y'all want to run with them. You want to take them out and you want to do things, but you won't be able to do that longer if you don't invest now. So that's why I like tap into that group, because I see y'all and I want y'all I want everybody to do well.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and the baby boomers, they be in the offices. They be in the doctors. You know what I mean? But the 50-year-olds coming up, like, invest in that. And millennials too, you know. Child, we struggling. We holding on by a string. But we're figuring it out. You know what I mean? And y'all, the younger generations, y'all Z's and what is it? Alphas and all of y'all. Yeah. I don't know. Beta, yeah. All of y'all, you know, y'all got a little bit more time, except for stop vaping. Again, one more time. Stop vaping. But then, so one more thing, you also offer for babies.
Yeah.
At what age does someone, can they bring in their baby?
As soon as they're born.
Really?
Yeah. So, I have 4 kids, so my 3 out of 4, because my oldest is 16, I wasn't chiropractic then. So my 3 kids have been adjusted about 20 minutes after they've been born.
Okay.
So the reason why we check babies as soon as they're born is because the birthing process is their first basically traumatic experience, can be, right? Because obviously there's a lot of interventions being used in today's society, whether it's like forceps or like they're pulling on them. I had one, I'm taking care of one baby now, is that they literally had to break the collarbone for him to get out. So like, that's traumatic. Right? And the thing that the nervous system does is like, it keeps score. Right? The body keeps score of everything you experience, right? Every trauma you experience. So it hold on to that. And so that's why we want to get babies to check as soon as possible. So anytime like I'm taking care of a mom that's like pregnant, so we see pregnant patients too. Okay. So my thing is like, hey, when you have baby Johnny or whatever, bring him in. I'm gonna check him. He can get his first adjustment. It's totally like it's on me. His first assessment is on me, because I truly believe that if we can start off on the right foot, what I typically notice is that for kids who are getting adjusted literally as soon as they're born, or like, you know, not too far after, their development is awesome. They have less ear infections. they're less colicky. They're sleeping like they're supposed to be, like 18 to 20 hours supposed to be sleeping a day.
Wow,
babies, infants. They're doing all these things, but then I'm getting kids coming here, chronic ear infections. I actually had a set of twins coming here recently, actually. And because she had twins, she was able to see a difference. So one had a very traumatic experience coming out, right? They're both, I think, a C-section. But one's basically thriving. They're 3 months right now, okay? One's thriving, and they're noticing all these changes, but the other one was not. Like, the other one wasn't sleeping great.
Yeah.
She wasn't pooping. She was going to the bathroom maybe like every 4 days. She wasn't eating like the other one's eating.
Yeah.
And like all these different things. And the mom's like, something's going on here.
Right.
So she follows me on like Instagram. And so she found me. They live around here. So she found me. They came into the office, and they've been under care right at a month now. And so now the baby's able, like, she's pooping more than the other twin. She's pooping like 4 or 5 times now a day.
Wow.
Right. Her motor control is a lot better because she was kind of like just floppy, like wasn't able to, like, kind of
sit up.
Not sit up, but like, like hold your head up a little bit. Like it just,
Yeah.
she was kind of just like this.
Yeah.
Like no muscle tone. And so now, like, when she lays, like, the mom, like, get her adjusted, like, she brings her head up. Like, you can tell, like, she's stronger.
Yeah.
Her sleeping has been better. Latching has been better. Eating has been better. And, like, that's the thing why I love chiropractic care. Because, like, that right there is just completely changed the trajectory of her life.
That's amazing. That's intense. Yeah, because I think a lot of parents too, like, they're like, my child is in, they just came into the world, like, they're a fresh body, they ain't experienced nothing, but that's not the reality of it always.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. One last question, because as you were saying this, you said you had a 16-year-old, so you weren't doing it before. So what got you into chiropractic? Yeah.
What got me into it was, so my grandparents raised, so I was raised by baby boomers, okay, just so you know. So I was raised by baby boomers, but also obviously a chance of Gen X as well, so I kind of got both of those generations, right? So my grandparents, since they raised me, I watched them, like, go from, doing what they like to do, going to the casino, because we live about an hour and a half from Biloxi, going for walks, driving places, going places together, doing things together. To all of a sudden is, when I say all of a sudden, but it's gradual, is that they're not doing a lot of these things now. So I talked about earlier at the beginning, I talked about the quality of life. So their quality of life went completely down, and what increased was their amount of medications increased, right? They had a few surgeries increased, okay? All these different things. I'm like what the heck? What's going on here? Like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
Is that you're going to all these appointments, you're getting these medications, but your health is not getting better.
Right.
Your function is getting better. You can't even walk from this end of the house to that end of the house without being out of breath. Right?
Talk about it.
And so that's what I mean by quality of life. And so, like, seeing them go through that, and then being introduced to, like, chiropractic, because I have, like, I won't say lucky, but nothing happens by accident.
Right.
So my last year of undergrad, because ideally I was going to go be an athletic trainer. I had already had like a graduate assistant position at Murray State in Kentucky. And literally, like, I'm about to graduate in like 2 months. About to do that, right? Athletic training, right? The people get hurt, you run out there, check on them. That was me. Yes. And 2 months, right? But I had to, like, for a class of athletic training, we had to basically, like, shadow, like, a OT, PT, chiropractor, like, just shadow them for like a day, right? It was part of the class. So I got to the chiropractor, and it was just something that I didn't expect. I was expecting, like, people come in there, pain and just all these different things, but, like, no, like, this place was popping, like, it was just high energy, like, people laughing, people enjoying, like, I'm like, what is this? Yeah. Because it just wasn't what I expected going into it. Yeah. And so I need to go back to that chiropractor and just let him know, like, because of that experience, this is where I'm at. And I need to go, but once I go back to Louisiana, I'm gonna definitely do that. But I said to say is that once I got that introduction to it, then I have a cousin who's a chiropractor too. He practiced in Dallas, and he was actually happened to be in chiropractic school at the time, a year in. So we had a conversation, and he was explaining to me that chiropractic basically just like helps the body do what it's designed to do, which is heal itself from the inside out. When he said that, I'm like, bro, like that makes so much sense. The body heals itself from inside out, not outside in.
Right.
We've been looking at this whole thing the wrong way. We've been trying to get this pill and this thing and that thing to heal what's in the inside, but the healing is in the inside, and what gets expressed is coming from the inside, right?
Right.
And so that philosophy there was just like
mind blowing for you.
Yeah, that was it. Come like I just watched my grandparents go through this outside in paradigm. And I watch everybody go through it, and it's not working.
Right.
Like you don't have to be a doctor or a genius to even see it, but it's a pattern that like their health isn't getting better.
Right.
Right. But then I look over here at these other people, and like they're getting adjusted. They're not no medication, no surgeries, and they're enjoying life. And it's not by coincidence.
That's real.
So that's how I become a chiropractor, so I can stop people from going down that path of I call it sick care.
I love that.
Versus healthcare.
That's good. That's good. I can totally relate to that. Yeah. So, with that being said, how can the people get on the journey to better health, holistic care with you?
All right. Well, with me, obviously, right here in Greer, South Carolina, right down the street from Topgolf. So our website, which is AlignLife.com, and then our Instagram the same way, AlignLife Pelham Falls. That's our Instagram handle, and the same thing for our Facebook. So it's all AlignLife Pelham Falls. You look that up, call us, and we'll do assessment first, because that's the biggest thing is that like we got to see where you're at. You got to get a foundation and baseline for us to even like give recommendations.
Right.
And so the biggest thing I would say is that don't try to get ahead of yourself. People come here all the time. It's like, what is it going to cost? How long? Like, I get that, I understand. Like, but like, let's just take this one step at a time.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So let's see exactly what you got going on, what you're trying to accomplish. Once we do that, I'm gonna give you my best recommendations, and from there, you can make an informed decision. Hey, I'm gonna do something about this, or it's like, hey, that was awesome information. I got something from that, but I'm not going to proceed with this care.
But now you know.
And that's my biggest thing. As long as you know, right? Because guess what? Who has to look in the mirror? So, yeah.
Well, I love that. Again, y'all, please come and connect. Have a conversation at least at the minimum. I'm sure that you will definitely gain some great knowledge. Dr. Ray has been a part of Black and Healthy events, and like you had this thing out there, you was out there measuring people, and I was like, that's real cool. But yeah, come to Pelham Falls and have a conversation, and make sure too that you connect with Black and Healthy. Make sure that you can connect with us on our social media, on Instagram and Facebook, as well as check out our website at www.blackandhealthy.com. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Share with a friend, or a family member. And like, get it together. Like, just try it out. Take one step at a time. No pressure whatsoever. Take notes if you need to. If you got questions, do your research, and ask those questions. No answer is wrong or stupid, if you will, for lack of a better word. But yeah, take a step, and we hope this episode was helpful. Thank you again for being a part
I appreciate
of the podcast.
it. Thank you so much.
And we will see you another time. Bye, y'all.